Good evening, students. Can you hear me? Please write in the chat box. Hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening, all of you. We'll wait for 2 minutes for everybody to join.
Wait minute, ஒரு செகண்ட் சொன்ன கேக்குதா?
Good evening, all students. Okay, we are just
கேக்குதா?
waiting for everybody to join in. And we'll begin this class. See, today's class will be very important. Okay, very important class because whatever we'll do today will be very useful for you in the higher classes. Okay. I can hear somebody's sound. Can you please mute your
لا تسمعوا فيها آلية
okay?
في جنة آلية
Students, there is a lot of
ليس لهم طعام
disturbance
إلا
in
من
the class.
ضريع لا يسمن ولا يغني من جوع وجوه يومئذ نائمة.
Mute all of you. Okay, so I'll share my screen, okay? And then we'll start with the class. So students, in the last class, we were doing some identities of square root, right? And we, just a minute, who wrote this on the screen, please? First of all, clear it. Please clear the screen. Whoever made the lines on it. Okay, so students, in the last class, just wait. See, I have to admit, and please join in 10 minutes early, no? Okay, see, in the last class we did some identities related to square root. Right. So class got interrupted because of some problems. So we did this. No, let's take some questions and do first, and then we'll move to how to represent the real numbers on the number line. Okay. So just wait. This is what happens. So if you join late. Okay. So let me take on questions and then we'll proceed. Okay, what you will do when you have to calculate root 3 plus root 7 whole square. What you will do? Hello. Okay, see, root 3 plus root 7 whole square, suppose you have to calculate. So we know a plus b whole square formula. A plus b whole square is a square plus 2ab plus b square. Right. So we'll use that formula. So what happens? You'll get root 3 whole square plus 2 into root 3 into root 7 plus root 7 whole square. Can you all mute your speakers? Please, because lot of disturbance is there today. Okay, so instead of b, what will happen? B is 7. So we'll write root 7 whole square. Okay. Okay. So now what happens? Root 3 whole square will give you 3. You remember last time I told you root 3 whole square is root 3 into root 3. So this will become 3. Okay, or you can understand root 3 whole square. You can cancel like this. Okay, and your 3 will be left. So 3. What will happen inside? 2 root 21 plus 7. So that is equal to 10 plus 2 root 21. But we will not leave here. After this, take out 2. See, in both these, what is happening? 2 can be taken out common. So I'll take out 2 common, then what is left? When you take out common, you divide by that number. So 5 plus root 27. So this will be the simplest form. Clear? Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, students. Let's take up next question. See, suppose you have to find out root 11 minus root 7 into root 11 plus root 7. So what you will do? With 7, Alvin, what 7? 7 plus 3, 10 we did, no? Yeah. So, clear? That's right. Okay. Okay, Alvin, understood? See here what will happen? This is A minus B into A plus B. Correct? Form? So I can write it as, just give me a moment. Why today mic is on for some of you? Okay. So what will happen? This is equal to A square minus B square. So we will have root 11 whole square minus root 7 whole square. Correct? Then root 11 whole square is 11 and root 7 whole square is 7. So how much? 4. Okay, so 4 will be the answer. Okay, let's proceed. Let me take another question. Okay. See, let's take 5 plus root 7 into 2 plus root 5. So now see here, all of you can hear me, right? See, this is not A plus B, A minus B, we can't use. A plus B whole square, we can't use. All the terms are different, no? So what we have to do, we have to open the brackets. So 5 into 2 is 10. 5 into root 5 is 5 root 5. Yes, 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 Aditi. Rajni, correct. We'll use distributive property. Okay, for those of you who don't remember, we will do anyways. Okay. So, then next, root 7 into 2 will be 2 root 7. Okay. And root 7 into root 5 will be root 35. So what will happen now? See, can we solve further? We won't be able to solve. See, there are no like terms. Okay, because if we had to add, if we had another root 5 term, we can add. Because there's no root 7 term also. There's no root 35 term also. So this is our answer. We can't simplify any further. Okay, so this will remain as the answer. We won't be able to simplify. Correct. Pranav? Correct. Ahad? Correct. We won't be able to simplify this. Okay. Let's take some. Now I want to teach you rationalization. Okay. This is very, very important thing. Rationalization. First, we should understand what is rationalization. Okay. Rationalizing. Then we will do examples. First, let me write what is the denominator. See, these things in your higher classes, they will expect you already know. Okay, they will not teach you. So rational, basically what happens when the denominator of an expression, okay, when the denominator of an expression has a root sign, we cannot solve it in the denominator. So we'll change it into a equivalent expression where it will come in the numerator. Okay, so that procedure is called rationalization. So by definition, it is when the denominator of an then I'll show you how we do it. Of an expression contains a term. Please write it, because what will happen later, teachers will just say, okay, you rationalize it. Okay, but then they will expect that you should know the process, and you will say, ma'am, we haven't learned, isn't it? Converting it to an equivalent. I'll just see your what you're writing. Just give me a moment. Equivalent expression whose denominator is a rational number. This process is called rationalizing the denominator. Okay, right from here, rationalizing the denominator. Now we will do questions on this. Alvin, we can't say rational multiplying by inverse. We can't say like that. Okay, I'll tell you what it means. How you have to do. Rationalizing factor, yes, Aditi, correct. Okay, have you all written this? Okay, now see, let me take the most simplest of all examples. Suppose you have 1 by root 2, correct? Suppose you have 1 by square root 2. So if you think of decimal, can you solve it? See, if I convert it into 1.414 and then it is, because root 2 is a irrational number, you won't be able to solve it, right? So it is always better when we have a square root sign in the numerator. So what we can use to rationalize, only if you have square root of 2, what I can do, I can multiply and divide by 2. This will not change the value and give us an equivalent number, isn't it? So this will make it into root 2 by root 2 whole square. Till here, correct? So then what happens? Our root 2 sign cancels out with the power of 2 and we are left with root 2 by 2. Okay, so we have, this process is called rationalization. We'll do more questions, okay? Aditi, we subtract the numerator and denominator by minus root 2. No, 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 no. No, Aditi. We can't subtract. We are multiplying and dividing. Okay? We multiply and divide by root 2. Okay. Now let's take a more complicated question. What will happen if we have, see, if we have 1 by 2 plus root 3. Okay. So now what should I multiply and divide this number so that I get an equivalent fraction, but we should not have root in the denominator. So most important property that helps us in doing this one is, if there is a plus b, you multiply and divide, just a minute. We will multiply and divide by a minus b. Okay, because what will happen? This will give a square minus b square form. And if we have a minus b, we will multiply and divide by a plus b. Okay, so again we will be able to get a square minus b square form. Is this point clear? So if you have, like we have 2 plus root 3, we will multiply and divide by what? 2 minus root 3. We will take 2 minus root 3 into, multiply it and divide it. Okay. So see why we are doing this? Because 1 into 2 minus root 3 will give me 2 minus root 3 only. But denominator will change into 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3. Correct? Now what will happen? 2 minus root 3 by, what will happen? 2 plus root 3, 2 minus root 3, a plus b, a minus b form. So a square means 2 square minus root 3 whole square. So this is equal to 2 minus root 3 by 4 minus root 3 whole square will give me what? This will be 3. Correct. So we'll get 2 minus root 3 by 1, or which is equal to 2 minus root 3. This is clear? Pranav, correct. Correct. So the logic you understood? Ma'am, we can further simplify, right, by dividing 2 into root 2 and then cut root 2 and root 2, right? Wait. What you are saying? Where root 2 into root 2, what? This you can simplify further, no? This one, first one you are saying. This, if you will simplify further, see, if you will simplify this further, Can you hear me? Hello? Can you all hear me? Okay. So somebody wrote that can we convert 2 into root 2 into root 2 and then solve further? I said no, because then we will reach back our question, okay, which we don't want. We don't want root 2 sign in the denominator. Correct? Clear? Okay. Now see, let's take one more question. If somebody's mic is on, please can you switch off? Okay. See, suppose I have to do rationalize or I have to solve further this one. 5 by root 3 minus root 5. Okay. So now see in this question, both are roots. Doesn't matter. Okay, it won't matter. Only thing is there is a minus sign here. So we will multiply and divide by plus. So root 3 plus root 5. Root 3 plus root 5. We will multiply and divide by that. And why we are doing, I made you understand, because so that we can use a plus b into a minus b property. Okay, always our thing is because this is now a minus b, a plus b type. Clear? So we will have 5 into root 3 plus root 5 whole divided by root 3 whole square minus root 5 whole square. Okay, so this will be equal to 5 into root 3 plus root 5 whole divided by, what will happen? Root 3 whole square will be 3 and root 5 whole square will be 5. So how much? This will be minus 2 in the denominator, 5 times root 3 plus root 5. So this can be written as minus 5 by 2 into root 3 plus root 5. This will be the answer. Root 3 square is equal to 3. Ahad, root 3 whole square is equal to 3. No need to multiply with 5. No. What? See, if I suppose I start multiplying. Let's try to understand what will happen. See, if I multiply by 5, what will happen? 5 root 3 plus 5 root 5. Okay, whole by minus 2. Then after this, can we solve? We won't be able to solve it any further. Okay. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. Root 3 whole square is 3. Ahad, I got your point. Okay. See, if anybody has a doubt here, see, I want all of you to understand root 3 into root 3 is root 3 whole square. Correct? So this 2 and this can cancel and you get 3. Also, if you have root 3 whole square inside, still this can cancel. So then also it is 3. Okay. See this part, root 3 whole square means actually what? Root of 9. We know it is 3. So that is why this 2 can also cancel square root, and if there is a whole square, that also can cancel. So this thing should be clear to all of you. If anybody has any doubt here, can ask. Okay. Okay, let's move further. Let me take another question, which is slightly more complicated. Okay. Now think. Now suppose I have to do 1 upon, we have to solve this. 7 plus 3 root 2. So denominator has root sign, we will rationalize it. So what to do? Multiply and divide by 7 minus 3 root 2. 7 minus 3 root 2. Okay. So now what will happen? 1 into 7 minus 3 root 2 will remain. In the numerator, 7 minus 3 root 2. And denominator will give me a plus b into a minus b form. That is what we want. That is why we are doing it. So we get 7 whole square minus 3 root 2 whole square. Correct? So now I'll tell you how to calculate. 7 minus 3 root 2 is like that only. 7 square is 49. So 3 root 2 whole square means 3 into root 2 multiplied by 3 into root 2, which is equal to 3 multiplied by root 2 into 3 multiplied by root 2. So we get 9 into 2. Okay, because root 2 into root 2 will give me 2 and 3 into 3 is 9. So that's 18. So what will come? 7 minus 3 root 2. And what happens here? 1 and 3. Okay, so this is going to be the answer. Clear? Ahad, Maria, Aditi, Tasneem. Good. Pradeep. Right. Good. So see, this was, all these things are very important. Okay, before we go to the exercise, now I'm going to teach you how to represent any positive real number on the number line. Okay, so geometrically we will do it. Now the problem is I won't be able to use a compass, but I will tell you where to keep the pencil and the pointer. Okay, like we have done before. So let's do that. If you have, you can bring your pencil and all, and you can do along with me. See, you remember I told you how to draw root 2. We knew, we did root 3, we did, and root 5 we did. All these we did, no? Okay, so now what I will do? I will do, if suppose for these we could use Pythagoras theorem. But what will happen if suppose I have a number which is in a decimal thing? Then we won't be able to use Pythagoras theorem. Like for everywhere we can't use. So then how to represent those numbers, we will learn. Okay. So let me take the example. Suppose you have to represent under root of 3.5. We can do any number, okay? We can take any number. But I will teach you how to. A magnification part we did, in that I never did, you remember?
सुना ही नहीं दे रहा, मिस को आपस में मिस करते जा रही है, अब रब कर रही है मिस सब कुछ।
I don't know why today. How come? Hello, all of you can hear? Okay, I'll explain again. I will explain again, don't worry. So what we are doing, you draw a line. Okay, after that, we are doing root 3.5. For any root, you can do like this. Draw a line, mark point A. From A, measure 3.5 centimeters, mark it as B. Okay. After B, from B to C, take 1 unit, 1 centimeter. Okay. So if AB is 3.5 centimeters and BC is 1 centimeter. Okay. Now what we are doing, we are finding perpendicular bisector. I told you in the above figure how we find the perpendicular bisector. You open your compass, take more than half, mark the 2 arcs and draw. Okay, I'll tell again. Just give me a minute. So now till here it is okay, no? AB is 3.5 centimeters, BC is 1 centimeter. Now what you do, you take your compass, okay? Keep your pointer here and pencil. See, this is suppose my compass. Now this has a pencil. Okay, here is my pencil. I will open more than half. Okay, then mark the arcs with A as center. Mark the arcs. Okay, then without changing the radius of the compass, keep your pointer on C now. Okay, keep your pointer on C and then mark the arcs. Radius, don't change the radius, okay? And join this point and this point.
Nicely she's explained.
If you join it, what will happen? We join it. Roughly I am doing, students. So we will get this point of intersection O. Now this is supposed to be perpendicular bisector. Till here clear? What you are doing, students, today? Why you are disturbing the class? As it is, I don't know why today is so much disturbance. Okay. We are drawing the arcs. You understand? Basically, all of you must be knowing, no? Perpendicular bisector we are drawing. Perpendicular bisector of AC. Tasneem. Okay. So once you have perpendicular bisector, we have this point O. Okay. You have this point O. This is like the center of AO is equal to OC now. So we have here, from here we got AO is equal to OC. Correct. Now with OC as center, O as center, you can draw a semicircle like this. Okay, let me draw again. Sorry, doesn't look good. Okay, so we'll have a semicircle like this. I'll draw this figure again. But you understand what we are doing. Take OC as the radius and draw a semicircle. So see what we have. We drew a line. We took a point A. AB was 3.5 centimeter. BC was 1 centimeter. We found out O, perpendicular bisector. And with OC and AO should be equal, will be equal. Draw this. Semicircle will come. Okay. Now from here you have to draw perpendicular. So if you draw perpendicular, this point of intersection is say D, then BD will be equal to, and I will prove how it is, root 3.5. Till here any doubt? Okay, Tasneem? Okay. Okay. What is, those who are raising the hand, please write the doubt. Okay. Now see. Now you will ask, ma'am, BD is root 3.5, no? Then where is, how we are doing? We are saying we are representing on the real number line. Isn't it? We were supposed to represent on the real number line. But real number line, where is the actual real number line and how we are representing? So the work is not yet done. I will show you why it is root 3.5 later. We can prove it. But procedure you understood? So now what we'll do, we want this length BD is root 3.5. But we have to represent on the line that we have drawn. This line, say L. Let me name it L. We want to represent here, correct? On L. So what to do? Now this point B, no? This point is your origin. So let me take some other color. Okay. So now your B is your origin or 0 point. Okay. Then this is 1 unit. So mark more units on this line. So say we have P is then 2, 3, and we can draw this line further. We can extend it, right? Let me use that. So what we'll do, understand the line that we drew in the beginning is now your number line. But what will happen, your 0 will start from your point B. Correct? Now what? You keep your compass here on B, pointer here, and your pencil on this. Pencil should be on B, on D. Okay? And then this length, you mark an arc. Okay? Say this is E. You mark this arc. Then E, point E will represent root 3.5. Then E is equal to root 3.5. Okay, E is root 3.5. Clear to everybody? Okay, so your point E will represent okay, let me see. I'll tell you. Point E, can't hear. Wait. Hello. Yeah. Yeah, everybody can hear. Those who can't hear, please, you have to re-log in. Okay. Okay, see, I will roughly explain you again. So, understood? This 1, 2, 3, 4 means now your B2, say B, your number line is starting from B. Okay, 0 starts from B. That is what I mean. Then for C gives you 1 unit. And likewise, you can mark more units so that you will be able to get the right location of E. That's all. Okay, Ananya. Okay. So, see, I hope it is clear to everybody. Still, okay. So, quickly I will revise, okay? Very quickly I will go to it. I will tell you, Evelyn, I will tell you again. You see, E is this point E. This E will represent root 3.5. Okay, this 1, 2, 3 that I told you, this is just to show you that this is our number line. From B it is starting 0, C is 1, then likewise take 1 centimeter, you can make your number line. Okay, after that, what you have to do, once the number line is ready, then keep your compass with pointer at B and pencil at D, and then mark the arc. So wherever it will cut your, it will intersect your number line, mark that point E. Now this point E will represent your root 3.5. This is the procedure. Evelyn, it is clear to you? Okay. So students, now you maybe like there may be a doubt that how BD is representing. See, how come our BD is representing root 3.5? Okay. So this, to just clear how it is representing, see, I'm using another pen, just try to see, okay? BD was how much? BD was, AB was 3.5 we took, and this one was how much? 1 unit. So AC is total how much? 3.5 plus 1, 4.5 centimeters, correct? So then what should be OC is equal to AO? Will be half of it, half of 4.5, which is equal to 2.25. Till here, okay? Just trying to justification I'm giving. Okay, justification. So now think, OC is 2.25. Let's join OD. Let's join our OD. How much will be OD, students? OD is the radius of the semicircle, correct? So this should be equal to OC, isn't it? So OD is also same. OD is same as the radius, which is AO and OC. What about OB? Can we find OB? Can we find OB? So, students, OB will be equal to what? The radius.
Hello.
Yes, please don't disturb the class. Okay, so OC minus 1 unit. So OB is how much? OB is equal to OC, or the radius, 2.25 minus 1. That is 1.25. Correct? So OB is 1.25 and OD is 2.25. So now if you will use Pythagoras theorem, you can calculate your OD. See, now we have what? This triangle. We have this triangle, right? OD you have, OB you have. We can calculate BD. BD will be root 3.5. Okay. So BD equal to OB square plus BD square is equal to OD square. Because this is our triangle. What we have? O, P, D. This is how much? OB is 1.25. Why you are talking in between? If you don't want to attend the class, please go. Okay, this is 2.25 and BD you have to calculate. So BD square is equal to 2.25 whole square minus 1.25 whole square. Okay. You can use your calculator and see. This will come out to be 3.5. So BD square is equal to 3.5 and BD will be root 3.5. Understood? Justification. Any doubt?
Hello.
Students, I don't know how come it is. I tried to mute everybody. Yeah, I have. See, I'm muting everybody. I don't know how they're reopening it. Yeah, Maria, we will do more question. For 5.5 also, we will do same procedure. If we want to represent square root of 5.5 on the number line, we will take 5.5 plus 1. So AB will be 5.5, then BC will be 1. Okay, we will have a question and exercise, we'll do it, okay? So now I will open the exercise, students. So we'll see. Let's see this exercise. See here we have question number 4, which is 9.3. Square root of, see question number 4 first, because we just learned the method, right? So question number 4. We will see how we will draw. Question number 4, what is question number 4? Represent root 9.3 on the number line. So you have to represent root 9.3. So what you will do? First draw a number line. Okay, but we don't mark anything on it. Take a point A and 9.3 centimeters. Say it is here. Then 1 centimeter. This is B, this is C. Okay. Now Perpendicular bisector find for this line. Join it. You will get this point as O. Now OC and AO are equal. So taking OC as the radius, we will draw a semicircle. Wait, I will see. After drawing the semicircle, on this draw a perpendicular. This perpendicular will intersect at D. So BD is equal to root 9.3. Okay. But this is, after this work is not over. Now you start, this is 0, this is 1. Okay. Take more centimeters. Mark them. Now what? Keep your compass. Take this length and mark the arc. You will get this point E. Okay. With BD as radius, we will mark the arc. We will get a point E. E is equal to, E will give root of 9.3. Now you all can ask your doubts. Justification, yes, I will show. Aditi, I will show again. Yes, I had just wait, not ML Malayalam. Okay, I muted everybody. Students, I tried. I've been asking, requesting you, please. Just a minute, just. Do you have an option to mute everybody? Yes, I did it. Pranav, I did it. Ma'am, the arc is drawn from which to which point? Okay, I will tell you. See, arc is drawn from B to E. You open your compass here. See, this arc. Okay, roughly, this is E. This arc, you keep your pointer on B and pencil on D. When you open your this compass, correct? And then you move your compass and draw the arc. It will intersect your number line somewhere. No, I'm at the start. Okay, initially. Okay, I'll tell. From A, when you will, to find point O, you are talking, right? To find this point. To find this point, what we do, keep your compass at A, open for more than half of it. We have AC, no? AC you have to, A, B, C, like that you have, correct? So we want to open our compass to more than half of it, okay? And then mark the arcs. From A, mark 2 arcs above and below the line, then come to point C, cut these arcs. And then you will have point O, this point O. Still there is doubt? Okay, okay. Clear? So let's do the exercise. This one clear? Or I want all of you to do it in your rough work or in your copies. Try it. Okay, and then next class, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Justification, somebody was asking, just give me a minute. See the justification part. Wait. Yes, O will be the center. Ananya, while drawing the semicircle, O will be the center. Okay, that is why we are finding O, because AO is equal to OC. Right? See the justification. One of you wanted to know the justification? Just give me a minute. I'll adjust my screen. All those who want to see the justification, you can write this. Wait. Let me further see. This will give you, can you see? Now whole justification is coming, right? See justification. AC is 4.5 because we took one extra. AO is equal to OC is equal to OD radius. So that is 2.25. Half of it, right? Half of 4.5. Then OB will be, OC is the radius minus 1 unit. So 1.25. Then we use Pythagoras theorem. See the triangle here. This triangle you see. Because this figure is now more complicated, you can see this triangle here. Okay. So in this, you can understand what is happening. We found out OB, we found out OD. We want to show BD is root 3.5. You substitute the values in Pythagoras theorem, you will get. Okay, all of you? Okay, good. So let's do some questions from the exercise. Let's take exercise 1.5. Take first question. Classify the following number as rational or irrational. So 2 minus root 5. See, if you have rational and irrational, what will happen? Yes, I know. So plus, minus, divide or multiply, it is going to be irrational. We did in one of the class, right? So it's going to be irrational. Good. Tasneem, good. Geeta, Raju, what is your doubt? You wrote ma'am. Only ma'am. Okay. Yeah, so all of you know now. So this is going to be irrational. Okay. Okay. Good, good. So if it's clear, good. Next one, see what will happen. Second part. 3 plus root 23. Okay. And then minus root 23. Answer. Rajni only answered. What about others? It's rational or irrational? Rational. Correct. Tasneem, Pradeep, correct. Because what will happen? This will be 3 plus root 23 minus root 23. So they will cancel out. That is why only 3 is left, which is rational. Correct, students. Next one. Third one is rational because 2 by 7, 2 root 7 and 7 root 7. Root 7 cancels out. So we have 2 by 7. Correct. All of you know it. Good. Rational. The same, ma'am, but according to BODMAS, we need to add first, right? No, Tasneem, how can we add 3 plus root 23? We won't be able to add, right? Because root 23 is a rational number. So we just have to open the bracket. You are correct. If we are using BODMAS, if you add, because one of the number is a radical number, we won't be able to add it, right? Yeah, Tasneem, just understand. You are correct. According to just students, see here. Tasneem, one of the student has a doubt in this question. In this question, she is saying we have 3 plus root 23. We should first add it. Suppose it was only 3 plus root 23. Can we further solve it, Tasneem? We won't be able to solve it, right? Because one of them is irrational. This itself, otherwise you think like this. This is irrational, no? If we could have solved it, we will solve it. I'll tell you. Third one also I'll tell you again. See, Tasneem, is it clear? Because we cannot solve further 3 plus root 23. If we were able to solve it, we will do it. Okay. Mohammed Ayan, just see here. Yes, we cannot add whole numbers with root until unless it is a perfect, like this root is a perfect square. Suppose it was root 4, then I will change it to 2 and then 3 plus 2 we can do. Okay. See, students, one of the student has a doubt in third question. We have root 7 and we have 7 root 7. So this actually means 2 multiplied by root 7 and 7 multiplied by root 7. Correct? So now root 7 can cancel or not? So what is left? 2 by 7 is left. Okay. So 2 by 7 is rational. It is a rational number. Clear to all of you? Okay. So students, today time is over. Okay. So we'll stop for today. Next class we'll complete the exercise and then we'll go to properties of exponential properties. That is also another important thing like radicals. Okay. So thank you for attending the class. Have a nice day. Bye. Bye to all of you.